If you're watching this video, your ads are probably not doing as well as you'd want them to. Your ROAS keeps you awake at night, or your cost per lead simply just isn't cutting it. After spending over $10 million in ads and generating millions more for our customers, as well as analyzing over 100 ad accounts in the last 3 years of me running this marketing agency, I've noticed 3 common mistakes that you reoccur over and over again in ad accounts that are struggling. And chances are, if you're struggling, you're probably doing one of those too. But don't worry if you are. I'll be walking you through the solutions to help fix these mistakes. And I've seen that even if you're able to fix only one of them in an ad account, we can almost turn around the entire account overnight, and is what makes the difference between an unprofitable and a profitable account. And if I was you, I'd want to stick to the end, because this last point is the culprit of most people ads problems. So without further ado, this is the first mistake I see people making with their ads. A lot of us, when first starting out, simply do not know our numbers. And I'm going to give you 2 scenarios right here. This first one is from a school group member. So somebody part of our free school community that actually brought up the fact they thought they were completely off KPI when it came to their ads. So they posted a post a little bit frantically panicking, saying, hey, I am in the home improvement industry. I am very off KPI. Can you help me out? I need to fix my ads ASAP. Then I ask him, what is your target cost per lead as your industry? Well, he's like, I don't know what my target cost per lead is, but the average should be around $44. So I'm like, all right, here are 2 mistakes that this person was doing. The first one is they were benchmarking themselves to be as close as possible to the industry average. Here's the thing, as a rule of thumb, so as long as you're 2 to 3 times higher than the industry average, you can still be profitable. Will you have less margins? Will you have less kind of bandwidth to play with? Of course. But it doesn't mean you're completely going to go out of business and that you should rethink your entire ad funnel. So in this case, the gentleman actually was at about $60 cost per lead, and he wanted to get down to 44. I told him, hey, don't panic. 60 really isn't that bad, first and foremost. You're not doing too bad of a job. And the second one is that he didn't know the exact cost per lead for the account he was handling. And that's also another big one. A lot of people would have been in the e-commerce space with ROAS, or any lead generation space for that matter with cost per lead. People don't know their targets. They just don't know how to reverse engineer the math behind that. Quite simply speaking, if you're in the e-commerce side, how do you calculate your ideal target ROAS? Well, you calculate your total cost of delivery. So how much does it take for you to make a product and have it into your customers' hands? And then you essentially subtract or do the math from your average order value minus your average cost of delivery. And here you go. You've got your target ROAS. So as long as you're above that, you're profitable. If you're a cost per lead based business, you look at the entire sales funnel. What does my sales process look like? For a lot of you, it's going to look like the following. 1, you get leads. Then you got to figure out how many leads on average are qualified leads. And then from there, how many of these qualified leads end up booking a call, showing up to an appointment, booking a consultation, whatever that is. The first kind of real commitment from a lead. And then from there, you got to calculate how many people that book in a call, ask for more information, or whatever the CTA is, end up becoming a paying customer. And finally, you got to figure out of that paying customer, their average order value on the first transaction and their total lifetime value. 2 examples for you. If you're in real estate, as an example, well, here's the thing. What you might want to figure out is the average commission on a transaction for a real estate agent. So you know, on average, what is a lead worth on the first order with that customer? And you also want to figure out the lifetime value. Maybe on average, this real estate agent noticed that customers come back 2.2 times, right? And they do 2.2 transactions on average with them. Well, hey, that's valuable information for you. And then from there, you reverse it all the way back to the start. So I need 1 sale to make, let's say, as a dentist, $500. Great, that's my AOV. I also need only 1 sale, 1 new customer, in order to make $10,000 with a lifetime. Great, 1 customer. Now I know that I close about 1 out of 4 people that come into my dental clinic. Great. So what that means is now I need 4 people to show up. Okay. Then out of those 4 people that I need to show up, I know I'm booking roughly 20% of my qualified leads into a show up. Okay. Well, I do 4 times 5 now, right? For 20%. Now at this point, I need 20 qualified leads to come there. And let's just say magically 100% of your leads are qualified. Well, there you go. You know, you need 20 leads. Now, your lifetime value of that customer is $10,000. 10,000 divided by 20. There you go. You have your ideal cost per lead. For 99% of you, cost per lead is higher than you can imagine. So you think you have to keep lowering it. You think you have to keep improving it. For most of you, it's good. I've seen that countless times. People freaking out into an ad account, but also clients freaking out, right? Rightfully so. Putting pressure on you because they think they're being unprofitable. And I talk about agencies, but it's the same thing from a brand's perspective, right? You're putting pressure on yourself, on your team, on whoever is around you managing the ads. And for that matter, you don't really know to the T what is your break-even ROAS in that case. And it's the same thing. The biggest thing I see people make as a mistake, it's they don't know their numbers. And as soon as they start figuring out the numbers, well, 1, they might end up realizing that's about like 60 to 70% of you that, hey, we're actually doing good right now. Like, we're not too bad. We're not too far off KPI here. Okay. All right. Well, let's chill for a second and focus on scale. Great. For the other 40 or so % of you guys, it's going to be realizing, okay, we're off KPIs of right now, but at least now I know what my real target is. I know for a fact what I need to optimize towards. Therefore, it allows you to start making the right steps towards that. So mistake number one, people don't know their numbers, and you need to know your numbers. Ads is an econometrician field, if you may. You need to know the economics. You need to know all your margins to the T. Mistake number two, people only optimize ads or build ad campaigns based on their core offer. So meaning they sell people straight to the main thing they're trying to sell. So again, I'm going to take back this example earlier from this gentleman in our free school community. He was actually in the home improvement space, and I was asking him like, what is it you're advertising? He's like, well, I'm trying to get leads, and I'm telling them like, hey, redo essentially like your have like a fire pit for the fall season. I'm trying to sell them on a fire pit. They're like, why are people opting in for? Well, I don't know, I guess so that we can probably sell them on a solution. So I'm like, they're opting in to agree to be sold, right? He's like, well, yeah, sort of. So I was like, well, have you tried like a lead magnet? Have you tried to give them a guide on like a checklist on, let's say, if they want to build their own fire pit or something like that? He's like, no, I've never tried that actually. I was like, well, there you go, try it out, right? It's the same thing in e-com. It's the same thing in any industry for that matter. Don't only advertise the core offer, right? If you have like a free community, get people into that community. If you have, as an example, like an email list, well, get leads, get people into the email list. If you have blogs or like a PDF or something educational, get leads for that. Don't just go for the core offer. You might actually be hurting yourself by only going for the core offer, whereas in fact, you might be getting better conversions and more information out of every single customer, allowing you to nurture them further before they make a sell. And that works great for many more sophisticated businesses. I'm talking skincare, right? So e-commerce space, skincare, anything that needs a little bit more explanation is great for that. And for that matter, pretty much any lead gen businesses can also apply that. And number three is that people focus way too much on the ad account structure. I come into an ad account and I see them split testing 1,000 different things. They're like, yeah, what do you think I should do? Should I have like one ad set with like 3 ads inside? Or should I target like very narrow interest or lookalikes or like this or that? What you should be doing is to take a step back and chill for a second. If you've read the Meta Performance 5, if you've read all these articles online talking about all the changes Meta is making, if you know all about the Advantage Plus changes Facebook has released, you understand now that targeting is no longer important for you. Facebook is going to figure it out. At worst, quote unquote, if you have a brand new ad accounts, right? Complete version ad account. Well, what you might want to do is then to have one very broad interest to start with to kind of orient or guide the algorithm in the right way. But that's about it. Like really, when it comes to your ad account structure, keep it simple, stupid. One campaign per market, very broad targeting, as broad as you can get, and you target people with the creative. This is the mistake that people don't make. They spend hours fixing the ad account structure, trying new targeting, trying new landing pages, but they never look at the ads. The thing that actually makes people convert, the thing that actually pushes people to take action, they don't look at that part of the funnel. And when it comes to servicing your clients or you yourself as a business or as a brand, getting great marketing results, stop focusing on the account structure, focus at the ad level. Do not ever touch your account structure. Leave it like that. So from time to time, you might want to run split tests, but that's it. Right now, for a lot of our e-commerce accounts, I've transitioned them to Advantage Plus. For another part of our e-commerce accounts, we use a very broad CBO structure where we have kind of 3 ad sets. 2 of them are dynamic creative test. 1 is a scaling main ad set, and that's it. So keep it simple, stupid. No matter if you're in e-com, SaaS, or lead gen, your job is to apply the marketing fundamentals that will help you get higher converting ad creatives. And would it be to learn these ad fundamentals or to understand more about this ad account structure, or hey, for that matter, view some of these stories I was talking about today? All of them happen in our free school community. Again, it's completely free for you to hop in there and join. The link is in the description down below. You also get access to over 20 hours of content and SOPs about how we run ads, how we structure our service delivery team, and what is my entire creative process. So go check it out right now. And with that being said, I'm going to invite you to check out more videos on the channel for some more marketing, business, agency, and e-commerce tips. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.